I have some interesting facts for Men's Mental Health Month. Since we are going to talk about that, so I'll throw it out there because I am going to do the spiel in about. Oh, it is actually 8 o'clock right now on the dot. So
Right on the dot.
welcome to the Bari Male Experience, where we talk all things bariatrics from the male perspective. Like I just said, it is Men's Mental Health Month. We are celebrating Pride Month as well. We do have our friend Get Fit with D, and I could have swore I just saw him in here. So
I seen him. I seen him.
he can't
seen
hide.
him.
We got to invite him up.
I can't. There he is. Where you at? Yeah, he's
Main
invited. Come
attraction.
on up.
Oh, look at this man.
Hold on. There he is.
What's up? You know, we gotta
Love it.
You look great, D, as usual, man. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm
Dude,
good. How you doing?
I could wear all the shirts, all the ties, and I would never look as good as this man.
Nah,
It's
nah.
how you wear it. It's not what you wear.
Nah, man, it's more than that. It's more than that. See, I got my light flowing in the background too, and I'm glowing. You know, it's you glow when you're glowing, you're glowing.
Yeah, I glow because it's just a reflection off the top of my head.
That's why I tilted my hat back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how's the week going, man? How was your weekend? How's everybody feeling today?
Dude,
Thumbs up in the chat. Fire. What was it?
great weekend, dude. I have this weird fascination. So like I do my bedding every 2 or 3 weeks. And I mean I strip every sheet, pillowcase, comforter, everything from the house. And I like to go to the laundromat because I want to use the super capacity washers and dryers. And it's something so humbling about sitting in a laundromat doing my laundry that I love it. I'm bougie at 99% of my life, but the laundromat is my one like Achilles heel. I
That
That
you know,
brings me back to my youth when I was in my 20s, man. When I was single, I lived at the laundromat, man. Just sitting there.
when I was going through my little depression phase, you know, when I was stressed out, when I dropped everything and I just went to Maryland and I just let my life go. I was in a freaking laundromat because my daughter, she didn't have, washer and dryer in the house, so we had to use a laundromat. And yeah, I can identify with that, man. You're just sitting in there, it's quiet, you know, you're messing around with your phone, but like for at the end of the day, you get a lot of thoughts going on, processes and all that. It feels good. It's a good relaxation for me as well. The laundromat. Welcome, Rachel. Man. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
thank you, friend.
Janae, what's up, Janae? Tara Lee, what's up, girl? Hey, but
So
we'll,
I'm gonna drop some men's mental health. I was reading some statistics from a study, and I just never think about this stuff because we talk about it every day. You know, we talk about it every Tuesday. Somewhere along the line, men's mental health comes up in all of our conversations. You know, it's a very important part of our journey, and we highlight it, but we never throw out like statistics because we always talk about our weight loss journeys and stuff, but just men's life in general. There was a study that 77% of men suffered with symptoms of some common mental health conditions. 77%. That's insane.
I
damn.
believe it. I believe it though.
It's crazy. 40% of those men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health journey. That I can believe.
Absolutely.
We don't talk. We don't talk enough.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Why? Why?
Well,
Are motherfuckers scared?
this study says 29% of the men are embarrassed to talk about it. And then 20% of the men believe that there's a stigma attached to the whole thing. And
So break that down. Stigma or what? What do you think?
embarrassment. I think more men are embarrassed to talk about it because they don't want to seem like they're weak. It's a sign of weakness. We grew up completely different.
I don't know. I'll smack a
Then it just
motherfucker just like they'll smack me.
it's just one of those things. We don't talk about our feelings.
Nothing
We,
changes about that just because I'm soft and emotional about a certain topic doesn't mean I won't smack
but
the shit out you.
but the other thing is what happens when you do share that with that vulnerability? What happens to you? Is it
Right.
used against you at some point? So now you're never going to share anything ever again. That's the type of stuff. That's why men don't share because it's used against more so often. It's used against them, whether it's in an argument or someone's trying to get back to you. It's used against them in a negative way, and they develop that trust issue where you know what they carry the burden themselves. They hold on to it, and they just never let it out. And it just sits in there. It sits in that gut. It sits in your chest, never to be spoken about.
Yeah. And part
Um,
of like growing in mental health is knowing who deserves that knowledge. I think a lot of guys share and are vulnerable with the wrong people. People have to earn that right to get your innermost thoughts and feelings. You can't just go out sharing it with anybody else, especially just because you lay in bed with them. That doesn't make them qualified.
That's true, and I've never thought of it like that, D, that you put it that way, because for me, it's like I have trust issues, I have abandonment issues. So it's like if someone comes into my life, I'm going to tell you everything about me, so you don't have to find out later about it and end up leaving me anyway.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I make that mistake for that reason. So that's funny you bring that up. I never thought of it that way. Thank
So
you, sir.
another stat from this, and this is probably the one that is the one that we never quite recognize, and we should always keep our eyes peeled for, is that 40% of these men would probably seek out help if they had thoughts of self-harm. And those are the signs that are never recognized.
Do you think they go like the self harm? Do you think that they try to ignore it and talk themselves out of it and
They
not paying
talk.
attention? Because I've seen it, and not to cut you off real quick, but I've seen it where people get so stressed out and S word that they actually attempt it, and some of them actually go through with it.
A lot of that stuff is they don't quite go through with it. It's almost a cry for help.
Exactly.
It is, and they talk about it. They tell people about it, and those are and when those signs get ignored, and people are just like, "Oh, you'll be fine. You stuck it up." And these are the things that affect us the most, is because when we're told just to ignore it or to suck it up or to be a man about it, that's when the next step is usually taken, and that's when the worst case scenario usually occurs. So if you do know anyone suffering, if you do know a man, or you do have a brother, a father, a friend, if you do see them struggling, or if it's just you struggling yourself, reach out to someone, talk to someone, confide in a friend. If the friend isn't the person you need to speak to, if you need to speak to someone professional, speak to someone professional. Help is
100%.
available. And
Help.
you could either
Help.
call or text the mental health hotline, and that is 988. And reach out for help.
Is it pound 988 or do you just dial 988?
988. So,
Thanks for sharing that, Tony.
yeah. But we could honestly, we could just turn this into a whole conversation, but I still have a whole nother spiel of stuff to go through.
Yeah, that's
We're
our.
already 9 minutes in.
That's okay. That's okay. But there's a story behind all this,
It
right?
is. There's a huge story.
Even if we go into this and we continue this conversation, I'm sure Get Fit with D can agree that being a master of badassery is important in your life now, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, what does that mean to you, Get Fit with D?
It means to me owning my shit. It is being on top of my game, accepting the wins, and also being able to accept the defeats. I'll tell you, like, I am obsessed with pickleball right now. It has been my thing. And at work, I am getting my butt kicked. Like, the guys at work are beasts. And I have lost like 10 straight games. And I'm telling you, you would think walking around with dangly earrings, and my like gold nails on will make me ever question my manhood, but it doesn't. But losing
No,
is one thing that will put me in a bad space, and I have to fight to get out.
Do
I'd be
you
like,
play with the nails?
hell no, no, no.
Oh, I was gonna say because
I can't
I
lose
can
my
see,
diamonds on
I can see you, I can see you on a serve and acing that thing, and then
he'll be
I,
like,
the long
like,
nail.
burn him. Yeah, no. I would have to super glue them on, which I would for a look. I would super glue these things onto my
Oh,
finger
that's awesome.
for life, but no, because I don't want to hurt anybody when I'm swinging. Because I'm going full man mode and I'm using my full strength when I'm playing.
hey, to close that out, master of badassery. And who is master of badassery, Tony? What's that all about?
Moba Sherry, who is one of our sponsors this month for the pro. So a we have a giveaway going on that's sponsored by our friends at Pro Health. They have a goodie bag that we are doing a giveaway on for Talk Barry to Me and for Barry Meal Experience. All you have to do is follow ProCare Now on TikTok, follow Barry Meal Experience, and follow Talk Barry to Me. Be a follower of all three of those platforms. And don't forget, just show up to the live. We are going to, at the end of each live, we take the viewership from all the lives. If you are there for the longest amount of time, just hanging out, engaging with us, you will get entered into a ticket. We're going to take the top 5 viewers. Anyone who is a moderator for BME or for Talk Barry to Me is not eligible, unfortunately.
You can't hang out and play, man.
I'm sorry, D. Since you're part of the team this month, I gotta see you. I gotta hold. We can't get you in. But again, we have some other sponsors who have actually joined in there. Obviously, we have our friends over. Actually, we have Barry here in skincare from JoJo B. Janae has been kind enough to donate one on each platform of her journals. Digress and digest.
Heck yeah.
So fill out all of the things. Journaling, very important in your journey. We also have Barry Mother, who has decided that she is going to help donate one of her Barry Eats kits. And it's just hilarious that I'm sitting here and I have all of these damn products because I bought them myself.
That's what's up.
None of this stuff was donated. Well, this one, I do have stuff that I bought from JoJo, but again, this came from the swag bag at JBY. Obviously, I bought the Barry Eats kit. I have the journal. I have the hat. I have a shirt and sweatshirt from MOBA. It's about supporting each other in the community, and all of these sponsors, including ProCare Health, help support the community. And they've been gracious enough to provide us with some awesome swag to give away at the end of the month. And oh yeah, Dr. Crivens is giving away. He joined in too. We literally have a ton of people just coming out and part of their platforms just coming out and adding to this swag bag every day. And we're halfway through the month already, and everybody wants to be a part of this. So as this thing continues to grow and people, add to this swag bag, BME and Talk Barry are adding our own swag to it as well. So you're going to get a little bit of everything from everyone in the community. And, what's better than that? So all you have to do is follow all 3 platforms, Talk Barry to Me, Barry Meal Experience, and ProCare Now. Follow those 3 platforms and just show up every week. Hang out with us for BME. Hang out with our friends over at Talk Barry to Me. Can't get much easier than that. So awesome giveaway. I can't wait to see who wins because when we announce the winners, it's going to be it'll be great because I can't wait to see them. We're going to make them do an opening.
Yes. Good evening, everyone in the comments. Thanks for coming to hang out with the Barry Mel Experience with our guest co-host superstar, Get Fit with D. Make sure y'all are following Get Fit with D as we continue our conversation throughout the
But
rest of
you
the
know what I
little bit of
haven't
the
done in
evening
with
we have
15 minutes
left,
with Rab?
what happened?
I haven't said anything about the lineup for the entire week.
Well,
How
let's
do
do
people
it.
know where to go all week to find
All
all of
week.
their bariatric entertainment?
Unacceptable. You cannot short the comments. Those of you watching in the comments. Hey, get more guys over here. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Get some more guys over here to come hang out with the Barry Male Experience. Those who are in need of some type of support, a place to share their time, their experiences, and what they are going through in their weight loss journey.
Holly, I'll tell my wife you said hi. Holly and my wife have a special relationship. They play footsie at JBY.
That's good, man. That's
So,
good.
like I said, there is an entire lineup of people we like to follow, and that you could follow the entire week to catch you up on all things bariatrics. Obviously, you start your week off every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific with our sister chat and our friend VSG Bestie with Talk Barry to Me. She is also live every Monday with a Mindset Monday.
So here's where everybody would, like, in an audience, you all would clap. There'd be like a loud cheer and a loud yay. And then that's when we turn into, okay, what are we actually talking about this weekend? I mean, this Taco Tuesday, I'm sorry.
We'll get there. You
Yes.
just sit back, kick your feet up, and I'm going to give the entire lineup for us, Rab.
I'm super anxious at this point.
He's so excited about this week.
Sound effects, Kia.
So,
That's right.
again, if I don't say this, Char's going to, Char may take out my ankle. She is from New York, and I am from Boston, so there already is, a little butt. So don't forget, she's got a Mindset Monday. That is at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Every Taco Tuesday, your boys over here at BME at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Water Check Wednesday with Barry Mother. That is at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 6:15 p.m. Central, 5:15 p.m. Mountain, and 4:15 p.m. Pacific. And I'm saying this so well because I wrote it down, and I'm not trying to do it by memory.
That's great, though.
Don't forget that our friends over at the waiting table, and congratulations to Rob and Shay.
Hey, Rob,
awesome
Shay.
Show over at the Radical Body Transformation over the weekend. They looked awesome. If you haven't seen any of the,
hey, yo, real quick, the Radical Body Transformation. I'm definitely going to do it this year, D. I know I've been slacking. I know it. If nobody knows, you know, and Tony knows. But look, hey, I almost tried to talk my way out of it real quick, and I don't mean to stop you, Tony, but because I didn't think I could get away. I don't have to tell you, Tony. You already know, don't you? You already know. I am not trying to wear them spandex, man, when I'm posing and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I kept watching the video, and I was like, okay, well, I see some guys with some swim trunks on, so I was like, all right, I'm down.
Do you realize how big of a sock I'm going to have to find so I'm not embarrassed? I may have to double sock the thing.
Nah, I ain't worried about socking up.
You want people focused on your body, not that.
Yeah.
So it's okay. And
I'm
if you've ever been to another bodybuilding show,
there's going to be a hip flex or a hip thrust flex in there. It's me.
Bodybuilding shows are not a meat market. Like, you can't see anything at any of the shows, so it's fine.
You sure? We sure about that?
Now, Rab, with all that you were blessed with, we might have to hide it, but you don't have to.
Oh man!
You know what? We're gonna have to give you surfer shorts.
I told you I'm wearing some regular swimming trunks that day, but I'm going to make that a part of my day. You can best believe it. That is something I have to do. It's something that I have to do. I have to at least try to shut up and put up and show up for myself finally at some point in my life.
You can start that by actually doing the push-up challenge this month that, so many of us are doing. I haven't seen Rab.
Yeah.
I'm proud of y'all. Look, my shoulder's still giving me trouble, so I'm going to cheer y'all on. I'll repost you, tag me.
You know what? I think you have a pretty good excuse. I don't know if Rab does, though.
It's all Tara's fault.
Don't blame Tara. I heard Tara call you E.22. Speaking of calling people out, our friends over at the waiting table are live every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. They do a happy hour, half hour with all things NSV, and then go live on IG and YT at 9 p.m. Eastern, and they go all the way to 10 p.m. Eastern. So check them out. They always have a lot of fun. Mel Unfiltered is every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. Bariatric Lock-In with Bariatric Bubba is live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, all the way to the Pacific Coast at 5 p.m. Love After Bariatrics. I'm not quite sure what their weekend schedule is, but I know they are live on tonight, and they are doing a men's mental health panel at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So if that is something you're interested in, come and check it out. You can
Nice.
check that out. I am happy that they are supporting the men in the community and having that wide open discussion. So that is all of the things that we have going on right now for this week. And yeah,
Finally.
finally
That's a
done. We're
long.
only
I
21
feel like
minutes in.
that's a 21 minute. That's a 21 minute commercial, man. Seriously,
You
in the
see how
bariatric
distracted?
community.
It's because you got me distracted. And D has to deal with us fighting because Biggie's not here to
The
regulate.
difference, the difference though, in though that you being a 20 minute commercial is that one, we ain't getting paid, and two, it's all for free.
Yeah, no kidding.
Every last bit of it, it's free.
Yeah, it's all about the community.
Yeah, is it all about the community though?
It
Is
is.
it?
For
I
me,
mean,
it
then
is.
what's all right? So if it's all about the community, what is today's topic about?
Today's topic is going to be D. Just letting it go, letting it rip, letting his feelings go on all things in his journey and what is going on, whether it
Well,
has to do with the multiple communities that he is a part of. Um,
y'all better watch out.
yeah, I mean,
He ain't playing.
D has had a lot to say, off camera, and he feels strong about a lot of things, and this is
That's what this platform
This
is
is what the
about.
platform is for.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and I told D, this platform is his platform as much as it is ours. And this is to highlight your journey, to highlight your voice, to give you the voice that you deserve, and that people deserve to hear what you have to say.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget that we do have something a little bit later to lighten up the mood. I hope you have it.
I have it. I just got it's behind me, but I'll get it.
All right.
What is that?
We're gonna let.
We'll tell you at the end.
Yeah, we'll tell you at the end. This is something that was special that came to me and D, and we want to shout out another member of the bariatric community. We're going to do it live on the Barry Mill Experience tonight.
Oh, okay. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker.
All about the community, my friend.
All right, all right. Yeah. So what's up, D? What's happening, man? Tell it like it is.
All right. So right now we are in some trying times where opinions are great, progress that we thought we made seem to be undone, and I'm starting to hear a lot of sentiments be mirrored. One from the Black experience and from the gay experience, and now with this conservative movement of people feeling unheard because other people are finally being seen. And so I just wanted to break it down. And two big things that kind of irk my blood that I hear is when people are like, oh, well, why do you have Black History Month? We don't have White History Month. And I'm like, that's a privilege. The whole reason that we need a Pride Month and we need a Black History Month is because there are two communities that were beaten down, that were made to hide, erase their history. And so we need something to remind us that we're equal, that we should love ourselves and things like that. So just think about being gay growing up. You are told by the world that the way you were born is one, a choice, which is not. It is hardwired, it's instinctual. And then two, that you should change. You can't love yourself, hide it, beat it out, don't be who you are, pray it away, all these other things. You could lose your family, you lose friends. I have lost friends instantly, like one phone call, one admission, we were ride or dies, and then they were nothing, gone out of my life. And so being straight or heterosexual, you're born into the norm. So you're taught from birth to love yourself. You're taught that you're accepted and you're fine, and you can start from that baseline. But when you're born like me, you're born behind the start line. And so when months like Pride Month come up, it is because it took me 20, 25 years to learn to love myself in all forms. So it's a celebration that, because against the world telling you that you don't matter, that you shouldn't exist, that you should be killed, be persecuted, and all that other stuff, you still found a way to love yourself. So it is the privilege that comes from the pain and the strife. And so don't want the privilege of a Pride Month without the strife. And it's not us only. Anybody can participate in Pride. You can have Pride that maybe you grew up with views, and you didn't like people for who they were, and you didn't understand, you were ignorant, and then you came into the light and you realize, hey, I'm just like you. I have the capacity to love. I have the capacity to be a friend. And you said, I'm going to change and do my research and be a better human being. That's welcome to Pride. You're considered an ally. You're just as much a part of Pride Month in the community as me as a gay male is, or a lesbian, or trans, or questionable, or anybody else. And so it's not us above everybody else because we're gay. It is us finally telling ourselves that we should be here. We have the right to exist. We did nothing wrong, and we deserve to be here. And it's the exact same thing with Black History Month. It is just like, I wish we didn't need it, but because of the atrocities that happened to us, because our heritage and everything was stripped away, because we were turned into damn near cattle and garden tools, we had to cling on to something to celebrate us being here on this earth. And so it makes me want to smack the hell out of people when they complain about stuff like that, because don't want the privilege without the problems that come with it. Just think Black History Month is 1 month out of the year. I have to deal with all the other stuff that comes with being Black 24/7, 365 days of the year.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I may say something a little ignorant, but let's make sure that all of the viewers, anybody in the comments, whoever may see this video down the line on YouTube, follow us on YouTube and subscribe. But what about those who may say, okay, let's just step out of the box a little bit and not talk about pride or gay. Let's just talk about Black. And let's talk about how most of the ignorant part of society will sit around and say stuff like, yeah, but look at the Blacks, they're killing the Blacks, they're killing each other. You know what I'm saying? And then now we could take it a step further, step back across the line into the box and talk about the LGBTQIA plus, the weight loss community, and how they kill each other. Can you speak on that? Do you jive with where I'm going with that?
Yeah, and I get it. And first, let me dispel that. Oh, look at the Blacks are killing each other. Yeah. Murder, any type of murder, is a crime of proximity. Every race kills each other. Like whites kill whites, the same rate that Blacks kill Blacks. Like every group kills each other at the same rate. It is a crime of proximity. So usually you don't go out into the street and just kill a random person 20 miles away from where you live for no reason at all. Aside from, and I'm saying normally, that's not the norm. Normally, it is a family member, a person you know, a spouse, someone close to your family that you have some kind of emotional or intimate gripe with. That's the majority of murders. So it's a myth that Black people are out here disproportionately killing each other above any other race. Again, it is a crime of proximity. And so that is just all this misinformation that breeds these narratives. And we see more than ever now how a lie can be told, and if it fits what the narrative is, it gets blown up. And this is on either political side. And while we're there, I want to tie this in, because people assume that, oh, you're Black, you think this one way. Let me tell you something. Democrat, Republican, all this stuff, when this country and all the policies and stuff were originally created, people that look like me had the value of a damn garden rake. So to me, none of it was built for me. So I have problems assigning to any side. But what I will say is that there's one side who wants to take us back to where we could get sprayed with fire hoses, had to drink out of a separate fountain, Jim Crow laws and all that stuff. There's one side whose actions and the people who all go to this side seem to fall into this category. So that is why I usually lean more left. But in most things, if you talk to people, you'll find that we're a lot more central than we are left or right. But in this political climate that we have, that's charged by race and everything else, we're forced to choose these opposite sides, while the people who have the most to gain laugh at us and just watch us kill each other. That's the biggest crime. It's not us left versus right. It literally is rich and powerful versus poor puppets. And they have fooled us forever now to fight each other instead of fighting them. While they have continually gotten richer and we've gotten poorer, the gap has widened, and we're still fighting over the same stupid bullshit that we always do. And we've gotten nowhere. If anything, we're going backwards.
And we had this conversation offline because you and I both agree on this one. We definitely agree that what the narrative that is portrayed in the media, which is used to create this hysteria within the country, while behind closed doors things are being done without us knowing, or us blindly not paying attention to. Laws are being created. People are making money like hands over fist while the rest of us suffer. You and I align on this. You and I agree on this. And whether people think it's conspiracy theory or what, again, there's too much stuff that happens in this country that gets covered up, gets rolled over. They find a scapegoat, and all of a sudden it disappears, and it's over like that. And then, we found our man. It's over with. Discussion over. And then on to the next thing that's dramatic.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please understand that none of us are health professionals. We are not psychiatrists, nor are we your nutritionist or MD for that matter, or politician, right? But we do want to let you know if there is a emergency where for some reason TT says that's enough of BME tonight, we're going to come back on Tony D's, page. So
Yeah.
that's the plan. That's the backup plan.
If I do those cancel, be like,
right.
I can tell you that I'm still trying to watch my words.
It's not even about, the whole CTs that you were talking about. But I mean, it's just about in general, about, it's simple, basic. People don't like one another because a lot of us are being programmed not to like each other. And what I mean by that is what's going on in society, what's promoted, what you're shown, what you see, what they allow you to know, prevents us from moving forward and just loving loving one another, and accepting each other for who we are and not what we think.
But again, you don't
or
see
what's
that
being
narrative.
portrayed.
You don't see that happy medium narrative. You don't see that. Everything's a line drawn in the sand. It's either left or right. It's either right or wrong. There is no compromise anymore. The people who are supposed to set the standard and set the example for the rest of the country are the people who bicker like children up on Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are you saying that this is let's get out of the politic deal and step back into the weight loss and the LGBTQIA and talk about like how that kind of transpires or it how we see it in these spaces, because I remember having a conversation with Dee the last time we talked and a few other friends of ours in the community who have shared that Craig for that matter said that people are nasty and they're mean. And it's like, it's confusing me because I was having this conversation about the conversation we were going to have tonight. And it's like, I've said this before where, people in the weight loss community start acting like the people that they didn't like or were treated disrespectfully by, and hated so much by. And it's like, is that really like who these people are? Is who they act like they are after they lose the weight because that's who they are? Or is it, I just don't get it, man. I don't understand.
I'll tell you this. Acceptance is a hell of a drug. feeling a part of something that you could never be a part of is a hell of a drug. When, especially if you're blessed with the mindset and the genetics to take this weight loss surgery tool and run it to the finish line and beyond. It puts you in this new category where it's like your past sins, especially if you don't have loose skin, you're forgiven. And you're almost accepted into this club because a lot of people have no clue that you were ever big. So they treat you on the outside world. They don't know that you were fat. They invite you into these spaces and things are said. And it's easy to forget where you came from. And then it's also part of us, beating down that person in ourselves that we hated. When we see that manifested in someone else, it is easy to turn that self-hate that you thought you got over onto someone else because you're hating on who you used to be personified through someone else.
You're projecting those insecurities. But there is also those things where, again, if you're empathetic, but there are people who they can empathize, but there are people who are just battle driven and battle hardened where, it was an absolute struggle to lose the weight. And the only way they did it was grit and determination. And by negatively, like beating themselves into submission to lose the weight and to be successful. And it gets to the point where they don't want to hear the excuses from people. Like, you know what? I did it this way. I did it my way. You're weak by thinking this, and I'm tired of watching lazy people do this stuff. I'm not saying that people are wrong, but that because if that's how they were successful in their journey and that's their personality, again, I can't tell someone to change because if that's what drives them, that's what drives them. I'm the complete opposite. I'm there for support. I will pat you on the back. I will give you a hug. That is my thing. It might not be the most effective way because there are some people who need a kick in the ass, like myself. There are times when the old pat in the back and, oh, it's okay, you'll get them tomorrow, buddy. There are certain days where I need a kick in the ass, and they're like, you know what? Get your head out of your ass, start moving, do something about it, and stop crying. Mm-hmm. There are many different ways to be successful in this journey, and sometimes you kind of need all aspects of it to continue to drive you. And I'm not saying that anyone's style is better, because if there really was an easy way to lose weight, there would only be one way.
Yeah, and everybody would do it. And I think what a lot of people lack, and here's the clear sign that someone is in it to help you, or somebody who just wants to judge you and make themselves feel better. It's that compassion piece. Mm-hmm. Honesty without compassion is brutality. And so you can tell those people who are brutally honest, but they're doing it to be brutal. They're doing it to hurt, to cut down. Like, what is that? We all have been through that all of our lives, and it didn't help shit. It didn't help us at all. But if I come at you hard because I love you, you'll know it. It's just like, because I want it so bad for you that I have no other way. I've told you the nice way. I've begged you. I've given you the tools, and you still won't do it. But I love you as a brother, and I'm like, get off your ass and let's do this. That's different than saying, oh, fuck, there goes Tony. Oh, my goodness. He's just going to sit and talk shit and say he's going to do it and he's never going to do it. That's how you can tell. And so for people who are like that, do not forget where you came from, because the way you're talking about people is the way people talk about you now. That's the same people that you think you're a part of now will say, oh, you took the easy way out. They'll discount your weight loss. And it's stupid. And I had to catch myself. I get triggered when people say they promote, I lost weight the healthy way, the natural way, didn't take any shortcuts. And I literally have to have a dialogue with myself and bring myself down from flipping out, because I'm like, I preach fitness. Weight loss can come from surgery, starvation, eating disorder, cancer, the natural way. There's a billion ways to weight loss, but there is not a damn surgery out here that you can wake up and run 6 miles from. Name a surgery that you can lay down, have, and wake up and run 6 miles or do deadlifts or squat. That shit comes from going to the gym consistently. That comes from putting yourself first, waking up when you don't want, and being consistent. No surgery can give you that. So I have to remind myself to calm down, because who gives a shit how they lost the weight? or how they got there. It is, are you putting yourself first and being healthy? Sorry, I'm rambling.
No, but
No.
and don't forget that a lot of people that say, "Oh, I did it the natural way," are hopped up on every supplement ever. That
Yeah.
they need the C4. They need the energy drink to get them going, to get them amped up. Like
Yeah, but
they need a stimulant. Yeah, that's not natural. There's nothing natural about putting something in your body to get you
yeah,
amped up.
yeah,
Just
but
show up and start working out. Why do you
but
need anything else in your body? Why do you need all these vitamins? Why do you need all this? You're perfectly fine. You didn't have surgery. I mean,
but
there
even
are so many different things that you can think of there.
yeah, but even still, you can also look at it as the perspective, like, what's the difference in them taking, the supplements that they take. That's what they do. That's what they've used to get to where they want to be in
And I
life, and
don't
that's
judge them for
okay.
it. Why
No,
do
I'm
I need to
just
be judged?
yeah, exactly, exactly, absolutely,
Yeah,
touche.
it's just, it feels like it's a pointed jab when they promote it that way. Like they emphasize no shortcuts, I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. Like that's saying, oh, I got rid of my headache with no shortcut. I beat cancer without any shortcuts. I beat heart disease without a stent. Like who gives a shit? You just beat heart disease. Like I'm sorry, y'all knew I would get like
Yeah.
this. I
Yeah,
get worked up.
exactly. It's so true though. Like who gives a shit? I just got rid of, diabetes. Who
Yeah,
gives a shit?
I don't know. I got
I don't
the
need my
easy
sleep
way
machine
through it.
anymore. Who gives a shit? I can use my joint now.
Yeah.
Watch out. I mean, shit.
there is no bariatric medium. There's no natural medium at the store. There's no size 10 shoe for bariatrics. It's all the same. If you can fit in a damn medium, you can fit in a medium. You can fit in the extra large. It is all one goddamn section. So stop worrying about it. Stop emphasizing. Like, just get there. And then half these people preaching, they don't know what to say to people like that. I'm like, I know what I needed to hear, and it wasn't get off your ass and go to the gym because I went to the gym. I didn't know what I was doing. I did way too much cardio, destroyed my metabolism, ate up a bunch of muscle, only to gain weight again and feel like I wasted 6 months while I was killing myself to do it over and over and over again. And
Yeah.
to say you did it naturally, so did I. I lost weight 4 times naturally before I finally said, I'm tired of this seesaw and went and got surgery because I got sick and tired of my own shit. I said, enough is enough.
And most of us did it because we were at our lowest point, and honestly, I didn't want to die.
Thank you.
Period.
Exactly.
If I
Ain't no
didn't, if I,
caskets that say, "Oh, he lies better than him because he died the natural way. He
I
chose to
yeah,
die."
I
That's
didn't.
you know what
stupid.
I'm saying?
Again, I didn't do it to win an award. Honestly, if I took the easy way out or I cheated, what the hell did I cheat at? Did I win a goddamn trophy? Did I
Yeah,
get a medal for losing the weight? No, I got to
yeah,
wake up the next day. That's what matters.
Yeah,
exactly.
hundred percent, 100%. What's up, Barry Bowler, Anthony? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Thank you all for your 20,000.4. I mean, how would
Wow.
that be? 20,000.4, 20.4 thousand. That's it. 20.5 thousand likes.
Just say
We
20.5.
appreciate all the love, y'all, as usual. Don't hesitate to keep tuning in every Taco Tuesday with us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good evening, everyone. Anthony says, good evening, brother. It's good to talk to you, or actually see you. I want to talk to you, though. I have it. All my intentions are to reach out and talk to you, man. It's been a while. Me and you haven't talked, and I don't want to make this about you, but what I'm saying, to make you feel all uncomfortable, whatever. But we see you. We're here for you. We love you, bro. We got to talk. Let's talk. We got to talk. Road Dog, what's happening, man? How you doing? 21,000. I know it's crazy, man. We appreciate your love every single week. You're in there, man. You're here. Thanks for coming to hang out with us.
Oh, D's got friends showing up here and everything.
Uh,
Thank y'all
he
for the
ought to.
love.
He ought to. And for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we got D. Can we squeeze him in 3 more weeks? There's just 2 weeks. What is it? Slick hats, bro. Yes, that's right,
Whatever,
Mo Bashir.
this man is
Whatever
welcome
y'all need.
anytime he wants.
Y'all know
All
I'll
right.
jump on anytime.
Yeah, we know you would. That's why we have you.
I'm glad you shared how you felt. Do you have a takeaway for tonight by any chance?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure I covered everything. So we did
Yeah,
pride,
exactly.
we did that. We talked about pretty much is find your own joy.
Oops.
Got a call. My bad. I should have put my phone on airplane mode.
It's all good.
So stop letting other people's opinions and their track in life define who you are and what you do. If you want to do it, then go ahead and do it. Do not wait for someone else's approval. You know deep down that you need it. When I knew I needed this surgery, there was nothing on earth that could stop me. When I knew that I was at the end of my rope, nothing could get in my way. When 1,000 things could have. There was 1,000. You don't need it. You can do it this way. Do what you know you need to do and don't stop at your first no. You gotta keep pressing till you get what you need. And that's in anything. And then spend time like alone. Fall in love with yourself. Like one thing that we talk about is our aura and how natural we feel around each other and how happy we are from the inside out. And that is from taking time to love yourself. Be alone with your thoughts, alone. Like I run and work out without music, and that is so that I can fall into the sunken place, I call it, and be with myself and my own thoughts. And that helps me
Really?
so.
You don't work out with music?
Nope. Because what happens if I'm running and my earphones die? Then what I'm going to do? There goes my motivation.
Damn, I never thought of that shit. Okay.
I never worked out with music.
I always have to like it when I work out or like if I have
The gym has
sunglasses on.
music.
Nah, it don't work. I got to be in my own room, like my own room, listen to my own music. Kind of case in the joint. I feel like I'm by myself. It's really
I do
weird.
that when I'm at home.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are the master of your own destiny.
Hey,
And
I
stay
have
in your
some.
lane.
We still got like 15 minutes, so I got some dumbass questions to ask.
Do you
Get
think?
fit with D. So, where any gentlemen in the comments, if you have a really dumbass question to ask for D, put your dumbass question in the comments below because I have some dumbass questions.
Safe space.
So, so check this out. A lot of times, I know that there are um, people that who are born as men. And it may be hard for you to help me get through this, but I need your help. And then there are women born as women but identify as men, so on and so forth, and gay, lesbian, and transgender, all that. But sometimes when I'm communicating, I'm talking to people, I don't mean any harm by saying, "What's up, man?" or "Go ahead, dude," or something like that to someone who may identify with the other gender, the opposite gender of how they were born, and or even if they're gay or lesbian. I mean no disrespect, but sometimes it like slips out, and I feel bad about it. Like I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because they identify the certain way that the way that not certain way, but how they identify. I mean no disrespect, but I feel some type of way when I slip up. How does that make you feel when someone slips up?
I, me personally, and I can't speak for everybody, but me personally,
Yeah,
I honestly don't give a shit. Like I I have such a calm energy, a nurturing energy. A lot of
mm,
people feminize me. So like when I'm in a conversation with a female and we're getting good and we're getting to the juicy parts of the story, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be like, "Oh, girl, let me tell you," and then the look of horror comes over their face, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I said that." And I'm like, "Girl, it's fine," and I'll make a joke out of it. I'm like, "It depends." After midnight, I turn into a woman when the mortgage is due, and then I turn back into a man when I got to go through construction. And so it's just like, again, I'm so secure with who I am, but it took me 20 years to fall in love with myself. So I personally cannot expect people to fall in love with who I am. It took me 20 years to know me. And so I give a lot of grace and education because it comes with intent. Are you doing it to be malicious, or are you doing it because it was a slip or you didn't know? And usually you can read someone's energy if they did not
yeah,
know and they don't mean it. Um, just have a conversation. If you slip, just, hey, oh, my bad. What do you identify as? Something as you can flip it around and turn a negative into a positive, because then it can open that dialogue and you can learn something from that person. It is where people get into trouble is, look, I grew up and you was a boy and I'm gonna call you a boy and that's how you're gonna be a boy. It's just like, look, you don't have to change your view of the world, but common respect is if they want to be called this, either call them just by their name, period, or address them as they wish to be. But it doesn't end the world. I mean, think, we have this whole big old thing about surnames and pronouns and all this stuff. And this fool done went in here and changed the damn name of Gulf of Mexico. So we can change names. We can easily adapt to a new name of Gulf of a stupid America. But you have an issue with calling Shannon Bryan. So it's just like, put it into perspective. We have bigger fish to fry. And then to my LGBTQIA plus, it's too many letters. I can't keep up. And I'm gay. I can't keep up with all these goddamn. I don't know who keep voting all these letters and shit. But anyway, to y'all, like, calm down. We have way bigger fish to fry. We are at this point trying not to go into damn concentration camps. We can't have everything at all the times. We have to pick our battles. And from a black gay man, I grew up with having to pick my struggles. And right now is a time where we cannot browbeat people down because they want them to call us a they, them. Right now, we can educate, we can love on people, but like attacking, it's got to take us, because we need all the support that we can get so that this regime, and I'm not even calling it this regime that we're in, because this isn't Republican or Democrat, this is a regime, so that this regime does not have us ending up in concentration camps. Because we keep saying, oh, it will never happen, and then we turn on the news and it happens. And it's becoming normalized. Stuff that we never thought would happen has now become normal. So I'm telling you, I read the history books. I read them. I've read Bibles. I've studied world religions, history. I love all that stuff. And I'm telling you, we've seen it all before. And it is the exact playbook that they're playing right now. And so we have to be careful.
Team Big E says, how important is it to give grace in educating people?
It's really, so I'll put it this way. I have family members, close family members, who have different views, political views than I am. And most people are like, well, how can you have a conversation with them? And I'm telling them, being a black gay man, you grow up with your very own, your family being your number one enemy and saying stuff that will cut a stranger down to the core. And they're right next to you, they're family. So you learn to love people despite of how they feel and what they say. You learn how to love through pain. And so in this time, giving grace and educating people, I say the line is if they're open to it. If they're completely closed off and there is nothing you can do to change their mind, and you can tell pretty quick who's willing to learn and who just doesn't give a shit and they're stuck on this hill and they're going to die that way, stop wasting your energy on the people. You will never change how they feel. Save it for the people who want to learn, who maybe just don't know. There are some people who've never been around a gay person that's been out. There are some people who grew up around people that don't look like you. So education and exposure is huge. So that's where you have to not judge books by a character, not paint everybody with one stroke, even though it's really hard to do in the times that we're in. You have to love people individually and educate and bring people into the fold almost on a one-on-one basis right now.
That's right.
So before we get too far off, because I don't want to run too far over, but Dee and I had a conversation last week, and we wanted to shout out someone that we appreciate very much in this bariatric community. So obviously, Dee and I were in the same categories for a lot of the JBY awards, and we shared a category. Actually, we shared all the same categories together with this other individual. And I know you're grabbing your
yeah. Had to sneak off real quick.
We both received something from, and I don't know if you can see it.
Nope.
So this came from Busy Bariatrics.
Oh, yeah. They got their own damn stamp.
So
Very, very
I
nice.
had a very honest
Rob,
conversation with Rob DeMedio
the
at
medio.
JBY. I had another conversation with him again after I had accepted my award, and I did a big post and stuff. He reached out to me off to the side and was saying how proud he was, and I thanked him for a lot of what he does for myself in the community, because again, my acceptance speech had a lot to do with just the people who are in the category and how much I appreciate them and how they inspired my journey. But Dee and I both have a great relationship with Rob, and come to find out that he had sent both him and myself a copy. So we had off to the side. We had said we wanted to read it out loud and kind of just shout him out and say thank you.
Absolutely.
So Rob,
Man, I wouldn't be me to say, "Where's mine? Where's mine, Rob?" I would be
You didn't
so
think
fake
this
to
one
sit here
through.
with my face all tight, like, "Where's mine? Where's mine?" Nah, no, no, not at all. Rob knows I have love for him, and let me explain to you all. If you don't know who Rob is, this is who Rob is. Rob left the event, went back home to take care of some personal business, and came back to the event. He flew to the event, flew back home, and then flew back to the event.
that
That's
means
how committed he is to this community, and that's the level I'm trying to get myself at, man. That dude, man, Rob is an awesome human being, man.
he is.
Period.
Dee, you want to read out yours?
Yeah. All right, so it's D. I could not have been happier than when you won Best Men's Fitness. I will never forget how you supported me in Portland, from 5 AA lifts to putting up with my foolishness. Just know, whenever you need, I'm here for you, and I'm so proud of you for how you show up for this community. Thank you for being you, your friend Rob. And I can tell by this handwriting that he wrote this himself, and I'm gonna get
He
on
wrote it.
this.
All right.
It's all handwritten.
What's
So,
yours say, sweetheart?
Tony, thank you so much for all you do for the men in the bariatric community. I am so proud to see you and BME grow and develop and create a space for all the men in our community. I am so proud you won Best Men's Body Positivity, and I'm excited to see all that you do in the future. Congrats again, Rob.
Love him.
And
Did you cry?
I did.
honestly, I want to get emotional now, but again, he didn't have to do this.
Nope.
But like, I thought it was kind of weird that he was like, "Hey, I need your address." Okay, give him my address, and to see this come up, and I didn't even get a chance to actually reach out to him. Like, this kind of just sat because I was like, I don't even know what to say to him, because every time I say something kind to him, it comes back tenfold back to me. Because again, like we said, he's such a great guy. He does so much for everyone in the community. Busy Bariatrics, just that alone is something that he did just for the people in the bariatric community, and just an overall human being. He's just a great person. And no matter how much praise I try to give him, he is very modest, and he deflects it back and gives it back to everyone that he speaks.
It's like a reflex.
Yeah,
He bounces back like a reflex, man.
Yep. It's very genuine.
and
And that's why I tell
26
people, come to these events, get to a meetup. Like, if you think the love online feels good, it's these little intimate moments that aren't shown that stick with you for life. Those little, like he mentioned, that 5 a.m. workout was something between he and I in Portland in 2022. And that was the cement that glued our friendship together. And we always reminisce about that quiet 5 a.m. just he and I walk to the gym. And that means the world to us, but that's not out there like that. And so, these intimate moments, you'll find connections and love that you've never had before in the world. It is so beautiful, and I don't want anybody to miss out on it.
yeah, and I met Rob for the first time in Edison last year when we went to the meetup, and then I didn't even know who he was. I kind of recognized him, and I was just like, "You do men?" I knew that he did men's chats and stuff, and I know that I recognized him from. I realized who he was when I um, when I started talking to him, because I was like, oh my God, he's the guy that was on stage at JBY, because I remember watching the JBY Awards that year. And, the next time I saw him over at Retreat, and then when we saw him again in JBY, every time I have a conversation with this guy, he has nothing but great things to say. And it's nice to be seen. Because, again, we do so much in this community. And as much as I try to say that, like, what a great influence he is, he always has something to say, and it's always something specific that I'm like, oh my God, he does watch. Because you could easily just say, oh yeah, you do great, you're awesome, I love your content.
Yeah.
All right, well, what do you love about it? He's always specifically pinpointing something out. And that's what I appreciate, because he does watch, and he does care, and he does notice the things that you do.
He definitely highlights it in a way that makes you feel good about what you're doing. Like, there's been times where we've kind of probably second guessed what we're doing. Absolutely, but Rob just reassures us that we're doing a good thing, and that's what we're set out to do. And those 27,000 likes on a dot show for it. So we appreciate you all in the comments for joining us. Make sure you hang out with us next Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. And don't forget to tune in with our sister chat at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. And that's the same, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. And shout out, woo, woo, to our man Team Biggie in the comments. My name is Rab W.T. Barry.
I'm Get Fit with D.
And I'm Tony D. And this has been our Barry Mill Experience. We'll see you next Tuesday.
You in that loud ass bag.
Dude, seriously, Santa Rab. He is Santa Rab right now.
Peace out.
Later, guys.